Folks, so welcome to the update that Clay themselves didn't even know what to do with. And no, I ain't pulling your leg either. A new beta branch is indeed live as we speak, everyone. So let us celebrate the first true wave of post-endgame content, shall we? As yes, while we will discuss a way to access this content without killing the Celestial Champion, chances are we will still be killing the Celestial Champion to access Don't Starve Together's newest set pieces, Rifts. Now, I am fairly certain that these here spawns are still random even after we quote-unquote finish the lunar endgame, as they don't spawn immediately, and I myself never truly saw a small or medium rift without some teleportation nonsense, as let's just say the game gives us a fair warning once things start to get truly out of hand. Literally, I might add. As you see, once a rift reaches full power, even if you've never seen one yet, the game essentially lights a flare, and our survivors will not only comment on this flashing light itself, but our maps will start to show an update with the rift's location. Something I believe is also randomized as well. But hold up, Beard, you were just skipping days there. What was that about? Well, that was me testing the other way to encounter these rifts, as mentioned before, the new settings that allow for them to spawn and operate at faster or slower speeds, as you can see. So, we best understand what that means. Yes, even at their full power, rifts will still expand, and this expansion is gonna hurt us. So if you see these crystals forming, you best stand clear. The set piece also harms us once it leaves after 10 or so days, so be aware of that as well. Heck, truly the only things that don't damage us are these riftstals. They are new structures that will continuously generate and multiply over a rift's lifetime, even if we mine them all, as yes, they can be mined for new loot. Be mindful though, while they will still break from normal pickaxes, only the true pickaxe can shatter them fastest. And trust me, speed might be key here. But say hello to our new pure brilliance regardless, everybody. To continue though, these new creatures that we've been seeing in passing are called grazers, and they're no joke even if they're slow as heck. They have an aura that will make us groggy and ultimately put us to sleep if we stick around long enough, and only then will they go chomp at us for 50 damage apiece. Factor in their eventual numbers and how they activate upon our proximity to them, and they are already quite a pain. But to add insult to injury here, they are also essentially invincible. Quote-unquote kill them, and they will simply regain all of their health and get right back to annoying us. And as we move on here, things unfortunately don't get much better. In fact, once a rift activates its Bright Shade Gestalt event that it appears to do every other day or so, things get oh so much worse. These here are called Deadly Bright Shades, and they will spawn from berry bushes, grass tufts, planted crops, and maybe a few more things here and there, looking to really mess us up bad. Seriously, do not take these lightly. Don't take them on at all, actually, as they'll just push you away at 100 damage a spike for Pete's sake. No. We need to slowly but surely kill their individual tunneling vines here in order to start making a dent. So best get your kiting boots on for sure. But once you slay a vine, the entire plant becomes stunned for a pretty solid amount of time. However, I'd still get about 8 to 10 hits in before backing off, just to avoid that big hits. Most survivors won't kill these things in one volley, as they also have a weirdly implemented damage reduction to them, which you should also note. But once you do manage to kill one, you'll receive crafting material number 2 for the day, Bright Shade Husks. Before we put it all together, however, a few final notes on these lethal lunar leaves. Oddly enough, the two new mobs will indeed fight each other, which is actually not as helpful as it might sound considering a grazer's aura, of course. These unique gestalts that occasionally spawn can roam seemingly forever before finding an appropriate host mind, which might lead to some interesting situations out there in the world. And lastly, going hand in hand with what I just said, these bright shades also have their own map markers too, and will persist until they are dead. Nope, they don't despawn with the rift. Good luck, because I think you're gonna need it. These rifts are no walk in the park. They are post-game after all. So then, that must mean our new rewards are also really darn good. Yes? Maybe, but let's first craft them and see. To do so, head to a celestial altar or orb in order to place a blacksmithy here, as only then will this crafting station grant us access to 7, count 'em 7 new bright shade recipes, all of which will cost plenty of both the new materials as you can see. And just how good is all this, you ask? It's debatable at best for the time being. The bright shade armor pieces both offer us 80% damage protection at 830 durability each, while also hiding a bonus or two here and there. Either piece will not only help reduce the damage taken by lunar-based mobs, but will also increase our damages towards nightmares, including bosses. Now you will have to wear both at the same time for these effects to truly take effect though, as Clay is starting to really implement set bonuses, like with the Dreadstone stuff. But factor in the Bright Shade Sword and its 200 uses at 68 damage a swing without another downside, mind, and altogether, a full set is gonna be having us dealing 82 damage a hit for most players. Not bad, but not mind-blowing for such late-game items. To continue though, Bright Shade Bombs bring the long-awaited big booms that don't starve together, as each one will deal 200 damage to whatever they hit, including us, and we get 6 per craft. The Bright Shade Pickaxe seems to be just a normal pickaxe with a bunch of uses, and the same goes for the shovel here. However, note that the former will actually break the new Dreadstone pillars down below. And finally, the Bright Shade Staff shoots a lunar light at 10 damage apiece with but 50 uses, which is not great, unless you're using it on nightmares, that is. And in fact, the final 3 crafts I mentioned all deal far more damage than advertised if used like this. However, note, the armor set is also helping here. It's all nice sounding, and it technically is a new mechanic called planar damage, but it's all still a bit poorly implemented in my mind currently. But do you know what else Clay up and went and implemented today? A new skill for Wilson. The guy can now spec into the lunar affinity tree, but only if he didn't spec into the shadow tree, as we cannot have both. That said, just like his shadow affinity skill, Wilson can now choose to take 10% less damage from lunar mobs while also dealing 10% more to nightmares and beyond. Plus, the guy comes with 2 new transmutations as well to help accumulate more of that fresh, pure brilliance stuff we saw. Then again, I was really hoping it would be the other stuff. Pure Brilliance is the easiest one to get. But there you have it, everyone. Don't Starve Together's newest beta updates, the Bright Shade Rifts. As always, things are very subject to change, and I can confirm already that there are hotfixes in the works already, and it's very, very likely that I've missed something, so keep in mind and let us know what you yourself have found thus far. I imagine there's gonna be plenty of tweaks coming soon. Thanks for watching, folks. Well wishes to all, fight them rifts, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!